Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Good morning.
How's it going?
Thank you so much for tuning in to this Tuesday edition of the Daily Dose. I'm Shelby LeDuc.
And I am Jeff Bollier.
And we are here with Dennis Buehler of the Greater Green Bay Community Foundation for a description of a really awesome fundraiser that's going to be happening, first of its kind in this community. It's called Give Big Green Bay. So Dennis, tell us a little bit about this fundraiser that's going to be happening.
Well, thanks so much for having us here today. Couldn't be more excited about it. Today we announced the participants in Give Big Green Bay, which is an opportunity for both the Greater Green Bay Community Foundation and the Green Bay Packers, both of which have wonderful philanthropic platforms here in town, to really create an event and an opportunity to elevate the important work that nonprofits do throughout our community and provide everyone a chance to really give big and become philanthropists in their own right, and support causes and work that's important to them.
Now, we do have a story up on our website this morning. We'll post a link to that story in our comment section below so you can read more. But there are a big variety of local nonprofits in here. Tell us a little bit about the categories that we have.
Yeah, it was really important to us that we created a broad, diverse cross-section of organizations throughout this community because they represent such a diverse amount of work that happens in this community and communities they touch, whether it's art and culture, the environment, basic needs, homelessness, and hunger. Important to you and your family, your community, you're going to find in one of those categories. So it really gives the entire community an opportunity to participate.
Now, the Packers provided a grant for this, and that sort of matches up to a matching pool, too. Tell us a little bit about how that will work.
So the Green Bay Packers and the Green Bay Packer Foundation generously provided a $250,000 grant to launch this effort. It's extraordinary on their part. And this effort is like Giving Days across the country. It happens to be the first and inaugural one here in Green Bay. But that grant will allow us to have a small amount of money to put the infrastructure in place to launch this, but also create this very generous matching pool so that any dollars that you or your family or neighbors contribute to an organization is going to be matched by that pool and really leverage that dollar to go even further for that organization.
Wow. So what day is kind of things focused on? When should people be kind of watching out for this sort of different push to encourage giving on multiple levels?
Well, today is the announcement of all 31 organizations that are participating, which is, we've been working on this for a year now, so it's really exciting for us to be able to talk about it publicly. And the great thing about crowdfunding is that it's going to allow all 31 organizations, their boards, their volunteers, their advocates to essentially go all throughout the community and advocate for their work. So starting today, along with them, our own media partners, will be able to promote the work they're doing all the way up until February 27 and 28. And on that day, we'll have a media event, and the crowdfunding platform, givebiggreenbay.org, will be open for people to very easily and simply contribute to the organization that's important to them and automatically leverage that match.
Yeah.
Very nice. And so you were talking about 31 participating organizations. Can you give us an idea of the sort of scope or breadth of the participating organizations? Who do we have involved in this?
Yeah, it was so difficult to choose who was going to participate. This isn't
That's what I asked him. Like, how do you choose which ones go into this? Because there are so many.
There are so many. There's so many great organizations that do incredible work in this community. And it is our inaugural year. It is a huge undertaking by both the foundation and the Packers. And we really wanted to make sure we did this and did it well. So we did in the first year limit it to about 30 organizations to make sure that we really leverage the match, leverage the media attention of those organizations the best that we could, and we hope we can grow it from there. So we had almost 100 applicants that applied for this particular project. Yeah, it was very difficult, and we really worked hard to see in each one of those focus areas how could we represent the work that's happening throughout the community in hunger, in community development, in youth, etc. So you have a diverse range of organizations from the Civic Symphony to iHeart World to the Zoo to St. John's to, the list goes on and on and on.
Sure.
And but really representing great work in this community.
Well, and you hit upon a lot of organizations that are doing a lot of different sort of things in the community as well, from St. John's, the homeless shelter, and the homeless shelter to, kids organizations and stuff. So
Something for everyone.
Something,
really
yeah.
is.
The police association is involved. I really encourage people to go this morning and between now and the end of February when the event is to go to givebig.org, and there is a whole list of the 31 organizations. Each organization's provided a little description of their work, maybe some photographs or videos of their work, and really get to know the organizations that are touching our community in any number of different ways.
I have a feeling that a lot of people will be surprised or know a lot of these organizations already, and hopefully they will welcome the opportunity to give and see their donations leveraged and maximized.
Well, one thing that's really interesting is we've been talking to donors who are close to us or close to the organizations about what they'd also like to do closer to the event, is that we're hearing that donors would like to speak with their children and say to their children, you can be a philanthropist too. So there are families who are talking about, giving their children each a dollar amount and saying, why don't you go to the organization or the website, research the organizations that are important to you, and really begin to have them understand what it means to support your community and allow them to make the decision. So it becomes an entire family decision. And those are really interesting stories we're starting to hear even at this early stage.
Yeah.
And I think that's something that can really permeate throughout the entire community about what it means to support your neighbors, your friends, your family, your community.
Right. We'll say just a reminder, it's going to be happening February 27th noon to February 28th at noon, and make sure to check out the story as I mentioned below, or will be featured in the comment section below for the link on how to go and research those organizations, and on the day of the fundraiser to make your donation.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I have a feeling that there might be a daily dose that day too.
I think there is, yeah.
Just thinking.
We will have a daily dose that day as well to keep you updated. But I think right now we're going to go ahead and transition into our regular broadcast. We're going to have our weather. High today of 24, a low of 4. Going to be partly cloudy this morning with some peaks of sun this afternoon.
At least there's no more snow for right now. At least.
There was a lot of snow yesterday.
There was a lot of snow. It just kind of kept coming yesterday.
Right.
So, but definitely a good day here. So enjoy the sun while you can, and should be warming up later this week.
Mm-hmm. Well, Kendra Miner has a story about one of our favorite football players, right? Just one. Dating life.
Yeah, the dating life of Aaron Rodgers. Thank you very much.
Danica Patrick.
Danica Patrick and Aaron Rodgers have confirmed that they are dating now, and so Kendra Miner has all the gossipy details on that right now.
Kind of happy to see him with like a sporty girl, right?
You are not a fan of the actress?
It's not that. No, I was just kind of underwhelmed, but hey, they're happy. Good for them, right?
There you go. Yep, indeed.
Well, St. Paul Service has a really interesting story up on our website this morning. A news alert was sent out yesterday about 2 men having been arrested in Green Bay in connection to a murder that happened in Arizona. So I encourage you to check out the story for yourself on our website. It's one of those things you're like, what?
I mean, you never know what they're going to come up with or what the Green Bay police is going to be asked to do. So.
And it was a success. They arrested 2 people.
There we go. And speaking of successes, we have a little new program that we started at the Green Bay Press Gazette. Valentine's Day is approaching, and so we want you to share your best meetup stories or your best meet cute stories. Of how you got together, how you and your significant other met, and kind of tell us ahead of Valentine's Day, and we're going to pick some of them and tell those stories for you.
Yeah. I think a lot of people have interesting stories about that, so
I'm sure.
Maybe share them below. We would love to hear those here on the
get
Daily
some practice in right now. We'll help you craft them a little bit and work on it if need be. So. So that was another thing to have up on the website.
I was like debating to share mine. Should I just share it?
Do you have
Okay, so this wasn't the actual first meeting, but I would say kind of like when I started expressing interest, and now my fiance was at a Halloween party, or so I thought it was going to be. So this was a year where Halloween fell on a Thursday. So me and my group of friends decided that we were going to celebrate Thursday, Friday, Saturday. when it came to that Saturday, no one else was dressed up. So we went to this party and I was wearing this mermaid costume and everyone else was dressed in normal clothes. And that is just the day that I recognized I'm like, this is so embarrassing. So there's my meet cute story.
There we go.
Super embarrassing, yeah. I was like the only person dressed as like a fish or something.
A mermaid and an all-weekend Halloween.
It was just a weird story. So there's mine. I hope that I inspired you to share yours, no matter how embarrassing.
There we go. All right. Well, be sure to like and share this video and share your meet cute story ahead of Valentine's Day.
And get involved.
Get involved,
Get
absolutely.
involved, yes.
Get involved.
Give Big Green Bay.
Watch for the campaign. It's going to be fantastic.
Yes, indeed. All right. And we will see you again tomorrow.
Bye.
Bye.